morning, students. Today we will be starting about the anticonvulsant drug. That is from the Medicinal Chemistry Unit 4 for the 4th semester. I am Shubha Banerjee, Associate Professor from the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, delivering this topic. So first of all, you should know what is epilepsy. Epilepsy is the term where patient becomes convulsant or there is some problem in the neurons of the brain, whereas the patient becomes unconscious or becomes a severe seizure in the brain. As a result, he feels some sweating and tremoring, shivering in their hands, legs, and jerking, clonic movement, as well as falling in the ground and unconsciousness, continuous movement of his eyes and blinking of the lips, blinking of the eyes, and they cannot talk properly for a certain time. And this type of problem is also known as the epilepsy. So this type of problem persists for a longer time, like sometimes 30 seconds or for 2 to 3 minutes. So this type of problem is known as the epilepsy or the convulsion. So this problem may be treated by some of the drugs that is known as the anticonvulsant drug. So we will be starting here the anticonvulsant drug. Just I'm sharing the screen. So anticonvulsant drugs are those which are used for the treatment of this convulsion. See, you can see the patient shivering and epileptic in the floor, and there is some white foamy sputum or some mucus secreted from his mouth also. And this type of problems are sometimes happen in case of fever. In case of children, sometimes they have the problem when high fever is going on, they are just fainting, and this type of problem may persist for the lifelong, or sometimes may persist for a certain time of for the childhood age like this, or sometimes this problem may be continuing for a longer time. So anticonvulsant are drugs that are used to arrest convulsion or seizures caused in epilepsy. So this type of problems are known as epilepsy, and the features and symptoms you feel in this problem is seizures. That is the tremoring, shivering, and clonic jerking, and sticking of their teeth, and blinking of eyes, and staring at some time for a long time, staring to something like this. The term epilepsy, based on the Greek word epilambia, meaning to seize, which has been first mentioned by Hippocrates. So this type of problem was first found in type of primitive type of patient and types also. This type of problem are very rare, but now it is also found in many patients also. Epilepsy is a disease that occurs due to the central nervous system disorder, which is characterized by seizures and convulsion or abnormal body movements with the loss of consciousness. This is a scientific definition, and I'm giving the pictures about this. Next, first of all, we should know what is partial seizure. They are divided into type of seizure: partial seizure, generalized seizure, like this. So, a partial seizure. So there are different types: simple partial, complex partial, and this. So there are different pharmacological property for this type of problem. I can go for a slight discussion about this topic. So in case of simple partial, diverse manifestation determined by the region of the cortex activated by the seizure, that is a motor cortex representing left thumb. As a result, clonic jerking of the left thumb results is continuously. Cortex representing left thumb, pre-aesthesia of left thumb results, lasting approximately 20 to 60 seconds. That type of epilepsy lasting for 20 to 60 seconds. And key feature is preservation of the consciousness. And for a certain time, the consciousness is lost. So in this case, some drugs are used: carbamazepine, phenytoin, and valproate. And another drugs are also used for the recently developed anti-seizure like gabapentin. These are the drugs. So this conventional drug like carbamazepine and phenytoin are used previously, and these are also used for a longer time also. Next, complex partial. So that is impaired consciousness lasting 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So this type of consciousness or unconsciousness lasting for some longer time like 2 minutes, often associated with purposeless movements such as a lip smack and hand wring. These lips are sticked and the hand wring. The hands are bent and the making different convulsions. Partial with secondary generalized tonic-clonic seizure. So this is another type of simple or complex partial seizure evolves into tonic-clonic seizure with a loss of consciousness. Tonic means muscle tonicity is removed, and clonic means continuous movement of their eyes or blinking of the eyes like this, and sustained contraction of muscle throughout the body, followed by period of muscle contraction, alternating with periods of relaxation. That means tonic muscle tone is contracted. Clonic, that means relaxation. Means the patient is throwing their hands and legs, and again they are relaxed and they are contracted again, and their eyes are blinked, their lips are attached together, their teeth are attached together, and they cannot speak, and there are some continuous blinking of the eyes, or sometimes staring at a certain distance for a longer time. So that may be feeling very pathetic or very severe problem to the patient also. People become unconsciousness, and people become very uh, they feel that the person has been died like this also. So this is very pathetic problem. So in this case, different conventional antiseizure drugs are available: carbamazepine, phenobarbital, phenytoin, sodium valproate, primidone. And whereas this type of drug having some side effect, that's why recently developed antiseizure drugs has been prepared. So among this, gabapentin is most important. Levetiracetam, this is also important, and different newer innovations are going on. Next, coming to the generalized seizure. Generalized means that is occupying the total body and the total CNS. So generalized seizure also classified into three categories: absent seizure, myoclonic seizure, and tonic-clonic seizure. In case of absent seizure, abrupt onset of impaired consciousness associated with staring and cessation of the ongoing activities, typically lasting less than 30 seconds. Small time, but impaired consciousness and staring with eye, a fixed eye, and cessation of the ongoing activity. Sometimes the ongoing activity, physical activity, has been lost. So there are some drugs, conventional succinimide, valproate, clonazepam. Recently development drugs, lamotrigine. These are myoclonic seizure, a brief or perhaps a second or shock-like contraction of the muscle that may be restricted to a part of one extremity or may be generalized. So that is shock-like contraction will be there in the muscle, and that may be restricted to part of the one extremity in a one body part that will be restricted. Sodium valproate, clonazepam is very important drug in this category. Now coming to the tonic-clonic seizure, as described earlier in the level for partial with secondary generalized tonic-clonic seizure, except that is not preceded by the partial seizure. So this is also tonic-clonic, that means the tonicity of the muscle contraction for a certain time, and clonic jerking for a certain time. Carbamazepine, phenobarbital, phenytoin, these are the drugs used for this category. Now coming to the drug classification. So anticonvulsant drugs are categorized in different chemical molecule of the drug, like barbiturate, hydantoin, oxazolidine, succinimide, urea, and monoacyl urea, benzodiazepine, miscellaneous category. So phenobarbital, methabarbital is the important drug for barbiturate category. Hydantoin, like phenytoin, mefenamic, tetoin, these are the drugs. Oxazolidine, trimethadione, paramethadione. Succinimide, like the phenosuccinimide and ethosuccinimide. Urea and monoacyl ureas like phenacetamide, carbamazepine are used. Next, benzodiazepine, clonazepam is used. Miscellaneous category, primidone, valproic acid, gabapentin. This type of drugs are also used for the anti-epileptic problem. Next, mechanism of action, how the drug is acting. The anticonvulsant therapy mediated by this drug is through different aspects of neurotransmission inhibition on the brain. So the drug works by inhibiting the sodium channels like phenytoin, by inhibiting the gamma aminobutyric acid, that is the GABA receptor, transaminase enzyme, that is a gigabatrin. So that is inhibiting the GABA receptor where some neurotransmitters are attaching. So as a result, this type of problem may face. That's why GABA receptor inhibitor drugs are there. And inhibition of the T-type calcium currents. So there are some calcium currents in the cell. So that is also inhibited by the succinimide valproate. By GABA agonistic activity, some of the GABA agonistic activity like the benzodiazepine produces this type of one and used for the different action. See the mechanism of action where sodium channel, GABA receptor, and acylation of the GABA mediated calcium channel opening are there. T type of calcium channel, carbon receptor, calcium channel current receptors are there. So different pharmacological action is there. So you will be studying about this pharmacological action in pharmacology also. Next, coming to the barbiturates, discussing about the thoroughly. So barbiturate, it's also used in the different antipsychotic drug and sedative antipsychotics. That's why I have specified and given the synthesis procedure. Whereas phenobarbital, barbiturate is derived from the barbituric acid and the urea body. So barbituric acid, where it is phenyl group is substituted. That's why barbitol. This is the barbituric acid molecule. Phenyl group is substituted. So medication recommended by the WHO for the treatment of epilepsy, especially in the children. Sedation and hypnosis are the principal side effect of this drug because this drug is also used for the sedative antibiotics. CNS represents dizziness, nystagmus, ataxia. That means some dizziness. The CNS are also common. In elderly patient, excitement and confusions are there. In children, paradoxical hyperactivity. Sometimes, if the drugs are given, some type of hyperactivity is also seen in the children. Next, going to methabarbital. That means some methyl group is there. It's two parts, two methyl group is there. It is a barbiturate anticonvulsant used in the treatment of epilepsy, and it has a similar properties like the phenobarbital. So whatever the side effects and the properties are given by phenobarbital, it can be shown. Okay. Now ACL or barbiturate. So we are taking the common example of common molecular structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the nomenclature. At the fifth position, there will be some substitution R5 and R5 dash. This is most important. And all this molecule nitrogen and these oxo groups are very important for the anticonvulsant activity. Basically, this barbituric acid having this particular special type of structure is very important for activity. So optimum activity is observed when the substitution of C5 is phenyl. If the C5 group is substituted with the phenyl group, optimum activity will be observed. The 5,5-diphenyl derivative have less activity than phenol. That means only one phenyl group good activity, and sometimes if the 5,5-2,5 groups are derivatized with phenyl group, so has sometimes less activity than phenol. But in case of phenobarbital, whereas one benzene group that is having good activity. N1 and N3 substitution in the cases resulted in increase in activity sometimes that methyl group or phenyl group may increase some activity also. Yes, there is very simple features are there. Just remember this structure only particularly having very good activity, and some phenobarbital and methabarbital are just substituted, and they are following mainly this type of structure, and no more substitution is required. Now going to the hydantoin, one of the category, phenytoin. That is one of the barbituric acid also. So at the 5th position, there is 2 phenyl group, that is anti-seizure medication. 2 phenyl ring at the C5 position is there. So there are some side effects of this drug, include nausea, stomach, loss of appetite, poor coordination, increased hair growth, enlargement of the gums, enlarged inflammation. Potentially serious side effects like sleepiness, self-harm, liver problems, bone marrow suppression, low blood pressure, toxic epidermal necrolysis. So this type of problem may be. So phenol synthesis is very important, where you will be using 2 benzaldehyde molecules, C6H5CHO, C in the structure. Okay. And sodium cyanide is used. Benzoin condensation will be there. Two benzene rings are attached. As a result, benzoin will be formed. And this benzoin, with the presence of nitric acid and sulfate, benzene will be there. Then benzylic acid rearrangement, sodium ethanoate will be used. As a result, two molecules will be used. And this C2H5 affected. And if reflux with urea molecule, then phenytoin will be prepared. Okay. Next, mefenethrin. So the significant metabolite of mefenethrin is nilvanol, whereas the 5-ethyl 5-phenyl hydroxide at the ethyl position, 5 position, there is one ethyl group. So mefenethrin, ethyl and phenyl group, which is a fast hydrogen and very toxic in nature also. Hence, it was only considered after other less toxic had failed. These drugs are generally not used if another acid has been failed. Then this type of drug may be cause potentially fatal blood dysplasia. Some blood problem may be there. Ethanoate is an also anticonvulsant. By position of one phenyl group is there, and the nitrogen contains of ethyl group. Drug used in treatment of epilepsy. It is a hydrogen similar to phenyl. Okay. Now, SAR of hydrogen and oil. So this is one of the virtuous category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 1 and 3 position contains nitrogen and 3 position are 3. 5 position are 5, 5. So 5-phenyl or R others and substitution is essential. So that means 5-phenyl substitution will put alkyl substitution at position 5 may contribute to sedation. Property absent in phenytoin. Sometimes at the 5 position, the alkyl substitution here, sedation may be produced. That is not present in the phenytoin. See the phenytoin structure. And position 2 phenyl is there. That is not present in the hydrogen or phenytoin. 1,3 substitution of hydrogen exhibit activity only against chemically induced conversion. So if there is any chemically induced conversion, then 1,3 substituted hydrogen exhibits some of it. Okay. Next, coming to oxazolidine dione. Oxazolidine dione means oxo group there, nitrogen containing saturated ring there. See the structure, trimethodione, oxazolidine dione molecule. So oxygen and nitrogen containing 5-membered heterocyclic is known as the oxazolidine dione. Those two oxo groups are there. This is one type of like a barbiturate, but in case of 1 or 3 position, one nitrogen is absent. Most commonly used to treat epileptic conditions that are resistant to other drugs. So, if some of the drug is failing for treatment of the epilepsy, then this drug can be. And it is administered if administered during pregnancy, fetal trimethadone syndrome may result. There may be some severe side effects. So, it is prevented in case of pregnancy. See, what is trimethadone syndrome? If administered during pregnancy, fetal trimethadone syndrome may result, causing facial dysmorphism, short upturned nose, and slanted eyebrows. Okay, eyebrows will be slanted like this, and short upturned nose will be like upturned. Cardiac defects, intrauterine growth restriction will be there. Mental retardation may be there. The fetal loss rate while using trimethadone has been reported as high as 87%. So this type of drug cannot be. Next, another category paramethadione is there. Brand name Paradione, 1-methyl C5, same action as trimethadione. There are some same side effects: GI distress, edema, nephropathy, sedation, increased visual sensitivity to light, neutropenia, myasthenia gravis syndrome, fetal aplastic anemia, severe birth defect known as the fetal paralysis syndrome, like this. SAR of oxazolidine. Replacement of the N-methyl group at the position 1 of the hydrogen system with an oxygen atom is to the oxygen diol system. That means hydrogen or the barbituric category, if the nitrogen is removed, oxygen becomes the oxygen diol. 3, 5, 5. At the 3 position and the 5 position, trimethadione. 3 position, 1 is methyl group, and at the 5 position, R dash 1 is there. Was the first drug introduced specially for treating absence seizure. So this type of drug was used specially in case of absence seizure. Oxygen diol. The nature of this substituent on C5 is important. Example, lower alkyl substituents towards anti-petitmal activity, while the acyl substituents towards anti-grand mal activity. There are some epilepsy like petitmal epilepsy, grand mal epilepsy. The alkyl substitution does not alter or put the activity, since all the clinically used agents from this class undergo alkylation in medicine. There is another category, succinamides. That means succinic acid is then replaced. Like this structure, 1 5-member nitrogen containing 2 oxygen is there. It has a low potency. Related to secondary status, the phenyl substituent confers some activity against generalized tonic-clonic and partial seizure used in the treatment of petitmal epilepsy. Ethosuximide. Ethosuximide used to treat absence seizure. It may be used by itself or with other anti-seizure medication such as valproic acid. Side effects are generally benign. Some side effects are there. Some synthesis process is there, not so important. SAR there is. Acetylurea drugs are there. Phenacetamide. SAR will be there. That is not so important. Now some immunostimulants are there, like carbamazepine, the very important drug, containing 1 7-membered nitrogen-containing cyclic ring, as well as attached with 2 phenyl ring, and containing CONH2. Used primarily in the treatment of epilepsy and neurology. Effective for absence or myopic seizure also. Used in schizophrenia along with the medication as a second-line agent in bipolar disorder. That means used in different type of problem, antipsychotic also. Work as well as phenytoin and valproate for focal and generalized seizure. Okay. Common side effects are there. Nausea and drowsiness, common side effects. Serious side effects like skin rashes, decreased bone marrow shock function, and suicidal thoughts of confusion. Sometimes that is very bored with the drug, and sometimes suicidal thoughts of confusion. Okay. Carbamazepine synthesis is going on, nitrobenzyl chloride, sodium hydroxide, self-alkylation is going on, and HCl is incorporated, so nitro groups will be used, and chlorine is removed. Catalytic reduction is going on, nitro group is converted to H2, then nitrogen ammonia as a result. The drug will be forming this type of structure, and carbonyl fluoride and ammonia is reacted. As a result, CONH2 is involved. Carbamazepine is prepared. Now coming to the benzodiazepine, that is also discussed. Benzodiazepine contains 2 nitrogen containing 7 with a benzene substitution is there, and brand name clonopine. Medication used to prevent and treat seizure, panic disorder, and the panic disorder of dementia. Common side effect includes sleepiness, poor coordination, and agitation. Long-term use may result in tolerance, dependence, and withdrawal symptoms if stopped abruptly. Now coming to some miscellaneous category drug like primidone, one of the drug used to treat seizure in partial and generalized seizure. It may also be used for essential tremors, and side effects are some there. Side effects: sleepiness, poor coordination, nausea, loss of appetite, psychosis, lack of blood cells. Now coming to the valproic acid, that is one of the very important drugs, COOH, and 1, 2, 3, 4 methyl group is there. Okay, so two methyl groups are fused together to a carboxylic acid, that is known as valproic acid, and sodium valproate is most important. Primarily used to treat epilepsy and bipolar disorder and migraine headaches. Useful for the prevention of seizure in those with absent seizure, partial seizure, and generalized seizure. Now, side effects are there. Nausea, vomiting, sleepiness, dry mouth. Serious side effect can include regular monitoring liver function test is therefore recommended. Essay of sodium valproate, C, CH2CH2C, and CHOONA. As carboxylic acid is replaced with sodium. The anticonvulsant activity is chain length, and introduction of the double bond increases the activity. If there is any double bond proportion or any hydrogen is removed, then the activity is increased. Introduction of 2-degree, 3-degree alcohol group of replacement of the carbonyl or hydroxyl have no effect. That means 2-degree or 3-degree alcohol is introduced. Okay, there is no problem. Now, gabapentin, one of the important, used to treat partial seizure, neuropathic pain, hot flashes, restless leg syndrome. That is the first-line medication for the treatment of neuropathic pain caused by diabetic, post-therapeutic neuralgia, central neuropathic pain like this. Gabapentin having some side effects like sleepiness and dizziness. Some serious side effects include risk of suicide and aggressive behavior, drug reaction, another pelvamate, another category. So you have to be very precautious about the uses of this drug, and there is no sure shot treatment, and the patient will never be cured. So they have to be taking the drug for a longer time. So the patient should be monitored, and they should be given proper care, proper counseling, proper help, mental counseling, and they have a good relationship. So as a result, they will be treated. Otherwise, the drug will be giving some severe side effects. So to treat with the epileptic patient, we should be very careful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.